NHL 25. In today's video, we'll be going through everything new in franchise mode, a complete overview of the mode, deep diving through franchise mode, going through especially what is new, no trade clauses, no movement clauses, player conversation, game logs, all that stuff. All the new things, as well as what might still be broken. Let's look at it from an honest point of view. What still needs to be fixed? What are we looking forward to come NHL 26 and beyond? But what can we get excited for now in NHL 25? So we'll get started in just about a minute's time, as I just gotta quickly do all the little things on my side of the YouTube world, thumbnail and whatnot. We'll start welcoming everybody in. Took the day off work today, excited for franchise mode. Darcy, welcome to the stream. It's gonna be an exciting one. It'll be quite lengthy. It's not gonna be a guide per se. The annual guide video will come out when when I get a bit of an understanding of the mode, when I can find out a little bit more about it. But for right now, we'll be going through just an overview or deep dive, as I'm calling it, looking at each thing, experimenting, simulating through a season, and much more. So we'll get started in a couple minutes. Welcome Lacton as well, and Jones as well. Jonesy there, Mr. Brian Mike Lack, welcome aboard. If you are watching this after the fact or just later on in this day, make sure that you get in your suggestions, because in the live stream the comments don't always stay, but in the comments down below, make sure you get in your suggestions for what franchise mode series you want to see to start NHL 25. It's content that I'm putting out for the 8th NHL game now, from NHL 18 to NHL 25. So I'm looking forward to getting started ASAP. But as well, what kind of content do you want to see this weekend, today? A ratings an overview of all the ratings and potentials of the players. When do you want to get that out? What do you want to see? I'm here for all of you, putting out the content that all of you want to see. So we'll get started in just about maybe another 60 seconds. Right on time for lunch break. Beautiful, Nathan. Beautiful. Would a Columbus rebuild be too soon? It's possible. It depends on what people are voting for. The Bruins, the Capitals, those are a lot of names are being voted on right now. So I'm yet to open up the game. We gotta go through the little hospitality things first, as always, right? Yes, I accept everything.
Welcome to EA Sports
NHL.
NHL.
Thank you.
For accessibility settings, press the triangle button.
Yeah. Let's see. I am experienced.
Total control.
Total control, sure. We'll call it pro. I don't really care too much right now. And continue. Thank you, hospitality. Don't really care about this too much. I gotta turn the music off. Actually, ASAP. The menu music is what I gotta turn off before any copyright comes and gets me. So no, this is just about the speakers itself.
Ice Q is an all-new logic-driven
Ice Q, skill-based one-timers, yup. Grudge match, yup. Next-gen characters, yup. Infinite camera style, interesting. Again, all great things for NHL 25, not quite what we're looking at in this video. Hawk Health in the team, yes. Franchise one, this is what we care about. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Streamlined navigation and a refreshed franchise hub, which introduces community-requested box scores, a player award tracker, and an updated league ticker. You can now ask players to change their play style and set player goals, which impacts ratings and X factors. Contract negotiations are more authentic than ever, featuring updated no trade and no movement clauses. And get ready to deal like a real GM. Powered by our new conversation system, make promises and deal with free agent demands as you work to sign high-profile players.
Okay, interesting. Can you download community rosters yet? If not, I'm having... I'm just getting into it right now, so I'll let you know ASAP. I'm just opening the game for the first time right here, right now. So we're going to go to the main menu. And then we choose my team, of course, the Canadiens de Montréal. Roster overview would be great if you have time. I'm curious what they actually did regarding creating more high-end prospects. Sure. That would be a video that I'd probably get out, probably later today even, once I'm done this. I entered a blocked screen, so my apologies. It'll show you in just a moment. In order to verify your identity, it's going to do, okay, yes, good. I got to enter just a verification code, so apologies for this quick moment here. Verification code, so EA knows that it's me. Yes, it is indeed Data782. Thank you, EA. It is indeed me. Yeah, let's see if they updated the welcome to franchise mode. Brand new this year, coach conversations and coach chemistry. Let's see if that's going to be going on. All right, so here, first things first, I gotta talk really loud and make sure I'm going blah, 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 so that the music does not talk over me. Audio-visual settings, blah, 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 blah. Volume settings, let's turn everything down. There you go. Whew. Yeah, verification code from an Android, yes. Just give me the theme. Now we can turn them back up. Do you want to hear anything at all? Now let's turn it. Let's turn off the menu music right now. Menu music volume at 0, but master volume can go back up. Yeah, there we go. Your game already crashed? Beautiful. Okay, so the Android has been confirmed. Thank you. Beautiful. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime. Let's get into this here on NHL 25. Finally here. Sorry for a bit of the delay to get started, but as always, we are trying to manage with a few things juggling at once. So, as we've already seen in the last few NHLs, so when I go into franchise mode, I see Authentic, Custom League, and 33rd Team Expansion Draft. That has not changed. No problem there. So we'll continue with Authentic. We're going to go ahead and choose, let's just call it Data, nothing special. What team are we taking for this video? Usually I take the Canadians just because, so I suppose I will. Doesn't have any decisions on, doesn't have any impact on what we're actually doing. Is salary negotiation going to take 5 hours? We'll find out. Yeah, rare Jiggles appearance too. Alright, so there's our team. You can redo the divisions and all that. Owner mode, fantasy draft, all this has not changed. So for this video, I'll keep owner mode on. I'll keep morale on. I always turn those off, but for this video, I'll turn them on. Fantasy draft off, salary cap on, firing, Fog of War, I'm going to turn off because we already know what Fog of War is. It's just going to show question marks on your players. So that's not something that you got to send your scouts to scout players. So just for ease of seeing things right now, we're going to keep it turned off. Relocation, owner mode, auto sign free agents. Good. So we'll keep morale and owner mode turned on just for this video here. Rules and settings, I'm assuming that nothing has changed here either. Quick settings, yeah, looks exactly the same. Menus feel the same as of now as well, as I'm flying through things. Yeah, it feels like the same type of speed. Just little things that you would feel as time goes on. Trade difficulty, blah, blah, blah. Advanced settings. Yeah, playable injuries. So, the shot frequency, the default shot frequency is set to high. Yeah, we'll see about... Yeah, we'll find out that later, Ramses. We'll turn off morale in further experimentation in this video. We're going to be doing a lot of experimentation here. Yeah, nothing has changed there, but the default setting has also stayed. And the gameplay settings, everything at 50, some and at 65, yeah, all these settings are the same as always as well. My wings already got passed by the Canadians in overall. Is that so? Too bad. We're going to do a separate video on overalls. Darcy, does turning morale off impact the whole individual player goals and preferences with coaches? We'll find out ASAP. Keep salary cap on. So we're going to find that out through the experimentation of this video. Leave a like and, of course, subscribe if you haven't already for ongoing franchise mode and career simulation content here on NHL 25. We've been doing franchise mode series since NHL 18. I'm looking forward to much more to come. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the franchise mode hub. At the bottom, it seems as though, yeah, they mentioned this in the video, the ticker that we see at the trade deadline for the points leaders, goals leaders, assist leaders, etc., that will be constant at the bottom here. So I can see that kind of if I press the options button, is that what it's, what's that button down there? Okay, I can't, oh, sorry, I gotta get through the list navigation first. So I gotta go through the pop-ups. Use the menu list to navigate at different screens. Using L1, R1 will change the highlighted tab. Franchise overview, view information about your organization, so ownership, blah, blah, blah. And if I have owner mode turned off, will that be there? We'll find out. Weekly calendar, yes. Stats and information, and you can toggle with L2, R2 between those. Okay, so L2, our L1 and R1 will give me the menus on the left side of the screen. R1 will go through the menus on this side. I see. Can I even do... Oh, I see. If I press R3... Oh, give me a... That'll bring me straight to this screen. That used to be the player stats screen you have to click on. But if I go to... Let's see. So, Syntax Game. So, the quick links. Okay. Second one is Conversations tab. The third one is Manage Roster. So, edit lines, view lines, roster movements, captures. Yeah, that one stays. The proposed trade, find trade, view draft class, okay, that management traded improved tab, yes. View contracts, okay. Owner goals, that's the owner tab, if I have that set on. So there's no longer a tab to go to press and say stats for whatever. I just have to click on Stats Central from Quick Links. Is that what I'm understanding here, unless I may have missed it? No, I did not miss it. So I gotta press on Stats Central like Quick Links, or I can press R3 on my controller, like this, and it also brings me there too. Okay, so there's two ways to get to the quick stats, to look at the stats of my players, of my team, and whatnot. If I want to look at the matchup between the Canadians and the Red Wings here, and I press R3, and maybe if there's more information, let me go through it, but L2, R2 brings me through, okay, there you go, and then team standings, Western Conference, Eastern Conference, team leaders, league leaders in goals, assists, goalie wins. It does seem smooth right now, but it does, you can't always guarantee that. That's going to stay smooth forever. Oh, and so you see, like, Lane Hudson's already in the game. Okay, he was there last time. That's true. But Michkov in the game, I know that. Okay, I'm talking a million miles a minute. I'm feeling overloaded with all these things we got to look at. So let's start with the first tab. Since the sim, we're not going to look at that yet. Stats Central stays the same. Welcome, Stephen from Slovakia. Team standings looks the same. We know that the player stats now include different things. The icons at the top are slightly different. All of these numbers are the same for the standings, yes. For the players, we probably have to wait until there's some sort of points we can actually see. Yeah, we can't look at it yet. For the awards, it is still just the award winners. Yeah, so no runners-up, nothing like that. All the awards stay the same. No new awards. Yes, everything's the same in that regard as well. Okay. Next up, morale. So from morale, before we even do anything, just morale as itself looks the same to me right now. I have my locker room chemistry, who's neutral, who's a leader, how's the overall morale. And by the way, Lane Hudson is... Oh, I wonder if he's medium elite. He must be. Player morale, meeting available. So if I press X and start the meeting, welcome everybody to the conference room. Hello, GM Data, says Lane... Okay, I'm talking to Lane Hudson. My apologies. We have a fresh season ahead. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. What's on your mind? Let's discuss what we expect of you this season to determine what your main focus is. Okay. So use season goals to give challenges to your players to gain attributes, X factors, and potential. So my question is, can X factors only be gained now through these conversations and goals that are set, or can an X factor be grown over the course of multiple seasons? Hudson is a gray silhouette in French. Yeah, I'm not sure what a silhouette... Silhouette is already a French word, right? Une silhouette gris. That would be what Lane Hudson is. Speak to the player about changing their playstyle or position they play. So you know what? He's an offensive defenseman. If we're going to try with anybody, let's try this right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to on-ice play for position changes. So let's discuss some on-ice tactics for that. What do you have in mind? So playstyle. The younger the player, the lower the morale, and the higher the overall will factor into the player being more willing to change. So if I ask him to change his playstyle, it's 50-50. If I ask him to change his position, the younger the player, lower the morale, higher the overall, that's it. It doesn't tell me if it's 50-50 or not. So if I say, let's talk about the position that you play, he says, I'm pretty comfortable on the left side. What do you propose? I can tell him to change his position, and it would be very convincing, because he has a high player with high defensive awareness rating, would be harder to convince. So his defensive awareness seems to be low enough that it would be convincing. And we'll find out soon, Darcy, about that one. There's no way it's that hard to give the players faces. I know, Owen, I know. Right defense, it would be risky. So change position is very convincing, but go from left defense to right defense is risky. Really? Let's try change position and see what he says. We want to move you out. Don't tell me I'm playing forward, but it was persuasion success. Okay, now it's risky for right defense, left wing, even center. So it looks, yeah. Just look at what they do with Madden. They have no excuse. No, there's no excuse. So let's say he's left defense. Let's say left wing. What does he say to left wing? I don't think that's my best idea for my game as a whole. Trust me, I'm better off staying in my current position. Okay, so now we say, we can actually chat about this topic at a later time. I want to discuss something else now. Okay, so at least it doesn't make him angry, I don't think. Just because it wasn't successful doesn't mean that he's necessarily angry. What if I go back to saying, let's make you a center now? Oh, I can't go back yet. Okay, let's say play style. Playstyle. Okay, so I appreciate your guidance, blah, blah, blah. So it does quite have changed playstyle. Plexil's 4 out of 5. Oh, it's the stars. The higher a player's overall rating and senses attributes be factored into the game's player's willingness to change. So risky, very risky for defensive defensemen, but very convincing for two-way D. Okay, let's try two-way D. And it says, I understand where you're coming from. My strong awareness on the ice makes me confident about becoming a two-way defenseman. Okay, great. So now I can say, promise, 1 month objective, become a two-way D. Or I can say, 2 month objective, become a two-way. So what's the difference between 1 month and 2 months? The adaptability is the same. So I'm not sure what the difference is here between 1 month and 2 month. Let's aim for a 1 month timeline. Let's aim for a 2 month timeline. I don't see the difference here. I'm not sure if I'm missing something, but I'm not seeing a difference there. So let's go for 1 month and see what happens. Understood. Great. End conversation. What does that do to his morale, if anything? Nothing. Okay. And even after the meeting is over, I can still go back and have a conversation with him again. Okay. I see. Or else someone who has low morale. No, actually, everyone has pretty good morale here. Okay. So there's conversations from the morale screen. But what if I go to the morale tab? The conversation tab, I should say. So yeah, the morale meeting, aka a season goal meeting. So let's go to Nick Suzuki. Let's talk to the captain. Suzuki, hi Data, we have a fresh season ahead. Season goal. Let's talk about season goal here. I'm up for the challenge. What are we aiming for? Let's go long-term season goal. Let's see it. Sure, I'm ready to make a strong impact this season. Blah, blah, blah. Statistical challenge or award challenge. Hardware or X Factor challenge. Okay, let's start with stat then. Stat challenge. Okay, I want you to hit 40 goals, and if you do, you'll get between +1 to +4 on wrist shot, and +1 to +4 on slap shot accuracies. And adapt chance, and giving him 2 months allows him to have more chances to become a two-way D. I would assume so. If I had to choose really between 1 month and 2 months, I'd probably go 2 month. So 40 goals. If he gets 50 assists, I'll have a +1 to +5 in his passing. Welcome, Jeremy. And if he has ± of 25 or more, it'll be defensive awareness. If he blocks at least 1 shot per game, it'll be +1 to +2 for blocked shots. I doubt, like, you got to set your players up for success. If Suzuki blocks 20 shots a year, let's say in simulation, and I tell him block a shot per game, I don't think he's magically going to go and block 85 shots, right? Could that be? Yes, but I don't think that's going to happen. Face-off percentage of 55% or more, +2 face-offs, and there you go. Okay. So let's just go goals. I don't think he's going to hit 40 goals. Let's try 50 assists. +1 to +5 for passing. Challenge accepted. Does he have to always accept the challenge? So let's end the conversation. Let me try something else. Let's try block shots with someone who doesn't block shots at all. Let's go for a crazy conversation. Let's go with Cole Caulfield and say I want you to block a shot per game. I wonder if the stat increases from the goals are related to player type. It seems as though the player type and overall system has changed, so it's a good question as well, Ramsey. So if I go for a long-term season goal, and I want you to block shots, Cole Caulfield, will he always accept the challenge? Block at least 1 shot per game. Consider it done. So after we simulate the season, I'll be curious to see, does Cole Caulfield block 85 shots? So end conversation. So they will accept the challenge. Here's our conclusion now, our first conclusion of franchise mode. The player will accept the challenge no matter what. So if he doesn't reach it, now we'll find out, is that detrimental? So if Caulfield does indeed block 25 shots, will that be detrimental to whatever attribute was promised to grow? Was it his defensive awareness? I think that's what it was. Yes, sir. Welcome, everybody. Cole Caulfield, defensive defenseman. Let's move him there. Okay, let's try one more conversation. Let's say like a winger to center. Let's say Slavkovsky, I want to move you to center. Let's try one more of these. So, Uri, how are you, my friend? Let's talk about position. I want to move you to center. Right? Very convincing, risky. But I don't get why change position. Okay, because they're considering right wing is probably in that conversation, right? Yeah, because right wing is going to be... but they're both risky. So I don't get what the difference was there. We can look at the lines in a moment, sure, Nicolo. I don't see the difference between, it says, I want to move you out of left wing, and that says very convincing. But as soon as you choose a position, it says risky. So what's the point? Anyways, let's try getting him to change to center. Players with a lower speed rating will be harder to convince. But why? Left to right wing. Center, Uri, what do you say to that? Persuasion fail. I don't think it's the best idea for my game. I'm better off playing my current position. Okay, thank you, Uri. But the good news is it doesn't seem to affect his morale. He's not going to demand a trade because I said, hi, Uri, can you go from left to right wing? That's what we've seen previously in morale conversations. So as much as it might not always be successful or might not always be something I want to do, at least it's not going to hurt my player if I do it. The first tab is changing position, the second is secondary position. Oh, for secondary position. Sorry, I missed that. Thank you, Lacton. So let's go to Kirby Doc. Let's see that. Sorry, I missed that. So let's go on ice play. We'll do one more because I misunderstood. We'll talk position. Change position entirely. Or do I just want to add second? Yes, okay. So change position in the top. Okay, now I understand. Thank you. That's why we're doing this all together, everybody. So this is to add a secondary position. So the adding of the secondary position seems to be like almost always going to happen. If it's always going to be very convincing, your odds are very high. But if I say change position, but same thing, look at persuasion success. Why does it say very convincing? But then as soon as I do it, it says risky, you know? So let's move him to the right wing. Let's see what happens here. Persuasion fail. So the adding of a secondary position will be easy, but the convincing of a positional change seems to be pretty tough. We got Lane Hudson to do it because he was young enough and his morale was high enough, but it seems like even Slavkovsky, it's his third season? Already seemed pretty much set in his ways. So a full-on positional change would be tough. The experiment that I would want to do is trying a winger who has 85 face-offs or a center who has 60 face-offs. Like, what is Alex Newhook's face-offs? If we just look at the lines, Nicola wants to see the lines. So if we look at the face-offs quickly here, I said one more conversation, I've done a couple since. The head coach can help, no thank you. Edit lines and strategies, thank you. So here's the lineup for the Canadians. I like these overalls, very juicy. So Alex Newhook, center left wing, 75 face-offs. Anybody else out here? This is slow. These are slow menus. Okay, look, I'm gonna say down, down, left, left. From Cole Caulfield to Josh Anderson. Down, down, left, left. Down, down, left, left. Oh, and it stopped on Jake Evans even. Okay, maybe I'm going too quickly. I'm going to go down, down, left, left at that speed. Down, down, left, left. Yeesh. Yeah, let's try that. Let's go down, down, down. Just a straight one to Dvorak. Down, down, down. Up, up, up. Okay, better. Down, down, down. Left, up, right. Left, up, right. Okay, so. Yes, this is on PlayStation 5. On defense, so now the player type for Lane Hutson, he's an 82 overall, by the way. Medium elite, love that. It still says he's an offensive defenseman, but after that month of that goal or whatever experiment has been hit, then it would be changed to two-way D. Yeah, I like these overalls for sure. As on PS5, does it keep crashing? I haven't been playing Wayne. No, I'm just playing franchise mode right now, but that's typical for it to be crashing early like this. Samuel Montembeault. Allô, mon ami. How do the prospects look for the Canadians? On va voir. Let's see this. So if I go to contracts, I should see that. Prospects. Okay, so contract extension. Okay. Players wanting extension will say yes. Players who know, but really usually it doesn't really mean too much. So if I look, okay, and it tells you who has clauses. Let me just first look at unsigned players. So in the system, so Koivu's here, Thorpe is here, but yeah, no one with really great potential. If I look at in the system and sort by potential, Reinbacher is medium elite. Goalhorns, I can't guarantee that. Beck, medium top 6. Heineman, medium top 6. Same for Kidney, Machar, Farrell. Xavier Simoneau is low top 6. Engstrom, medium top 9. Then Perrault. Kapanen, medium top 9. That's disrespect. I would say high top. Well, okay, I'm not going to go a whole ratings description, but... Yeah, Matheson underrated, but 87. I think it's just because of the attributes. You got to consider overalls as attribute results, not necessarily you are an 87. I know, Wes. I know. So Dobesh, medium backup, who played yesterday. Miller, Verbetic, Hughes, Connor Hughes in the system there. Mayu, that's true. 73. That's true. Mayu 73. Medium top 6. Yeah, as much as you might not like Logan Mayu as a person, understandably so, I'm not sure about that medium top 6. Data can quickly sim through all teams to show us every team's top prospects. Like a few seconds. Sorting by potential, sure. Because I'm going to do a separate video that goes through every player, every overall, every potential. But if you just want to quickly run through it, I'm going to sort by potential and look in the system. Not in the team, in the system. So here's Anaheim. If you want to pause it on anybody, feel free to do so. Boston, Buffalo, Calgary, Zane Parrick. Carolina, my pleasure, Darcy. Chicago, so Frank Nazar is there now. Colorado, Columbus, Dallas, Detroit, Edmonton, Savoie, there he is. Florida, LA, Minnesota, Montreal, Nashville, yes. New Jersey, New York Islanders, New York Rangers, Senators, Yakimchuk, medium elite. Flyers, Jet Lutsenko, medium top 6. Penguins. Actually, so you see right here, the Penguins still have Jaeger. So I wouldn't be able to do a franchise mode just yet. You gotta wait until the first roster update. So hey, bienvenue dans. I won't be able to do a franchise mode until the roster update goes out, because I'm not going to break my head with a million roster changes when I still have other videos I want to make, unless I really find there's only a few things that have to be done. So get your suggestions in for which franchise mode, which team we should be taking over first for NHL 25. San Jose, here they look, Will Smith, Dickinson, medium elite as well, Delandria, Bystedt, medium top 6. There you go, Jiggles. Seattle, St. Louis, Tampa Bay. Actually, I wonder, is Shane Wright still medium elite? Yes, he is. Yeah, Salbrini's not there. That's why I wouldn't start a franchise mode. No, he is. He's in the main roster. There he is, not in the system. He's in the main roster. Seattle, St. Louis, Tampa Bay, Toronto, Utah. There they are, Utah Hockey Club. Vancouver, Vegas, Washington, Winnipeg. There you go, everybody. All right, so moving on to back. So that's a bit of the conversation. We were going through conversations, lines, stuff like that. Let's continue on with what we're trying to get through. Love those medium leads in San Jose, yeah. I don't know, Boston's been a front runner. I got to say, Boston, the Capitals, the Islanders, I've seen them a lot. I'm going to put out the poll this weekend, so keep getting your suggestions in because the poll's coming out by this weekend, as well as the next Data 72 Hall of Fame induction class for the Channel Hall of Fame. Okay, manager rosters. We looked at edit lines. View lines. Can we see chemistry on other teams now? Can we see that? Still no. I'm not sure why we can't really, though. So we still can't see chemistry on other teams. McGroarty, yeah. I wonder if McGroarty's in the... Oh, because he wasn't in Winnipeg. So no, McGroarty not in the game. It's odd. Yeah, they have certain players, like Michkov. Wasn't he in the game? I don't know. I'm going to wait for the first roster update anyways. Roster moves are still roster moves, correct? Can I move something out? With a no trade clause, can I send that player down? I could if I wanted to. In preseason, can I move down a player with a no movement clause? I can, huh? So I can move... I don't get that. Maybe it's just because it's preseason, but in regular season, I wonder if I can't send down Gallagher. We'll find that out once we get simulating. But yeah, but it tells you. Sais-tu quand sortira le nouveau roster update? Aucune idée, malheureusement. Je pense que habituellement, ça prend une semaine et demie ou 2 semaines. Pour NHL 24, je pense que c'était 2 semaines, if I'm remembering it right. So I wish I could tell you when, but I don't know. But now that NHL, like, they're putting out this game on the 27th, and the season starts October 4th. So you would think it's coming pretty soon. But I wish I had more information than that. So as soon as the first roster update comes out, the first episode of my franchise mode will happen. Yeah, the screens look clean. I got to give it that. Yeah, ça dépend. Si c'est vraiment honnêtement beaucoup trop pour moi, I'm going to say forget it. If I can do it myself and there's a few moves, then fine. Especially now that you can move draft picks, I'll do it myself. But if it's really going to be breaking my head, then I'm not going to bother. Okay, so yeah, best lines NHL, blah, blah, blah. We want to explore those coach conversations for setting best lines. Injury report, I'm looking at every screen here. Injury report still looks the same, but there's no injuries, so. Progress reports, again, there's no progress yet, but it looks the same again. When we get into the season itself, we'll come back over these. Captains and jerseys, yeah, looks all the same. Very good. Okay. Next up, trade and improve screen. So we'll start with proposed trade. I'm trading a player. I'm trading for a player. The trade screen, yes, relevant information, blah, blah, blah. Trade value, okay. I wonder if they've fixed anything with retaining salary. That's what we'll find out. That's true. I'm sure someone will have an updated roster. So you know what? Maybe I will wait for just a good shared roster as opposed to making my own or waiting for EA. I want to get it out ASAP, so trust that I'll be doing the best I can. Contract clauses. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're going to test retention. Can we share rosters yet? I think we should be able to. Contract clauses. Clauses prevent a player from being traded or sent down to the minors. Okay, so they do prevent being sent down to the minors. Good, as they should. Players can decide. And yeah, Lacton, that's true. We can look at an X Factor challenge. Good point. Players can decide to waive their clause through conversations. Can a conversation be had here, or is it a separate screen? A no-move clause means they can't be traded or sent down. No trade clause means they can't be traded. Modified no trade means they have the trade list. And modified no trade with that little arrow next to it shows that the other team matches the player. Hey, that's amazing! Finally! Finally. That's great! So I don't need to, every time, okay, modified no trade, go into the list. Are they on the team? No, they're not on the team. I can see right away with the arrow. Bang! Are they there? Are they not there? Does anyone know if they finally fixed the Habs goal horn? Been sounding like I'm recording. I wish I could tell you, Sean. I haven't checked it yet. Hey, Cody, welcome to the stream. We looked a little bit at conversations already if you want to go back, but we're looking at one more right now. Player trade value. Yes, thank you. Oh, player trade value. Potential. Sorry. Oh, because I pressed back. That's why. Okay. We want to look at just X Factor conversation. Then I'll get to the trades in just a sec because I jumped over that. So please bear with me because I'm doing a lot of things at once and I'm trying to field all the comments. So clause options. Oh, okay, so this is how you talked to a player about a clause. Let's first talk about X factors. Excuse me. So let's look at a long-term goal. Let's talk about an X factor. Stormcloud, welcome to the stream. Makes sense to me. Great. So 1T, Schneip. So if he hits 20 power play goals, he'll get 1T. If he hits 50 goals, he'll get Schneip. And if he has 3 hat-tricks, I like that. Not just goals and assists, 3 hat-tricks for shock and awe, 40 assists for third eye, quick draw 750 face-off wins, okay. So it's pretty much all the forward ones. No defense ones, but all the forward ones. Even the ones that wouldn't apply to him as a winger are offered. So let's just say 20 power play goals. Executing one-timers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll do my best. So I would assume they're always going to accept it again. Let's go to another winger and ask him to win face-offs. I'm 99.9% sure that he'll accept it, but let's look at that too. Let's go to... I can look at everybody, right? Yeah, so let's go to Josh Anderson. Joshy. Jack, welcome to the stream. Excited to play the game vicariously through you until it goes on sale. Great idea. Exactly what you want to do. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Glad you can make it in. Let's go long term. Mitch, hey Data, do you know if you can toggle off both the pressure meter icon and the one-timer icon? I have not tried anything with gameplay yet, but in this video, we'll find that out, Mitch. Great question. We'll get to it. We're going to go through everything of franchise mode first, then we'll get into the game that can be played within franchise mode, including the pressure system and the one-timers. But I'll tell you right now, I'm 99% sure that you cannot turn those off. Okay, X Factor. Oh, I love that, Cody. Let's go to Quick Draw. And does he accept it no matter what? Yes, he does. Okay, so they will always accept the challenge no matter what that challenge is. That's interesting to note. Now, last one. Let's talk about clauses. Gallagher has a clause. Let's see, yeah, for sure. Someone who has high morale, big leader. Let's talk about the clause. Now, what's the difference between talking about the clause and talking about waiving the clause? Let's talk about the clause first before it's a guaranteed ask of the question. Let's chat about your clause. Let's just chat upon it, you know? Are you able to provide us with an updated list of teams that you would like to be traded to? Yeah, we're live, Mighty Joe. Now, does he already have that list? I would assume so. So, if he already has that list, don't risk the conversation and lose the morale. Maybe see if he's open to playing... Oh, that's a great question, Cody. Let's look at Josh Anderson and see if he's open to playing center now that we gave him that challenge. Yes. So no matter what I ask him, it's going to be a risk... It's very risky and -10 to morale. Could you provide us with 2 more teams? Let's say that. 2 more teams. And persuasion fail. This is a surprise. I'm doing well here. Don't want to add more teams to my list. You can use conversations to change position or add secondary position, so it makes sense to take the challenge. Yes, it does. But does he... Is he open to playing center now? I wonder. On ice play again. Welcome back. Hey, GM Data, what's up? Let's go to position, yes. And would you be open to going to center now that you have that goal added? I can do that. Ooh, so now, the question is, was it because we gave him that goal, or was he just going to be open to it anyways? Interesting. So let's go long term. Got it. And end conversation. But now the thing is, he's not listed as a centerman. He's still listed as a winger. So will the game, if I go to best lines, consistently continue to put him at wing? Probably. So I'd have to have a hand... If I set a goal like that, I'd have to be pretty hands-on. If I want to change Josh Anderson to a center, I got to play him at center myself. Because he's listed as right wing, left wing with 65 face-offs. So I'll play him at center, sorry. He'll have to win 750 face-offs. And now here's what's weird. Could he have the quick draw X factor after this season, winning 750 face-offs, just because he played the entire season at center, and still have 65 face-offs? That would be weird. But yes, I could use the coach conversation. So let's experiment with that now. If I want to... how do I do that? I'm seeing a few... If you say a comment that I don't get to, feel free to just put it again, because there's a lot of messages coming in. Welcome to all 82 of you watching. Subscribe if you haven't already for all of the breaking NHL 25 content coming your way for franchise modes, guides, how to scout, how to maximize your franchise mode, career simulations, on top of our own franchise mode series, our multiple ones, episodic ones, live stream ones, challenge ones. This is the place for you. Join the community of over 8,000 and join our Discord server where we're talking about your franchise modes as well, fantasy sports, everything. Link in the description. And smash that like, yes, Jones, thank you. So now that I made that goal with Josh Anderson, how do I find my coach to talk to him about that, right? Where is my staff? Hire staff? Let me go to the staff option here. No, sorry, that's hire staff. I want to look at my current staff. Can I not? Where can I see that? Nathan, will you be making a roster to share? Yes, I will be. Yes, I will be. I like this. Let's see if his face-offs rating goes up. Have you considered seeing if a defensive winger will join the blue line? We tried... welcome, Walter. Thank you. That's really kind of you to say. Waiting for your stamp of approval to buy the game. So, Cody, we tried moving Lane Hudson from offensive defenseman to two-way D, and he accepted that. Forward to D or D to forward, we haven't tried that yet. So I guess we can keep going, but I really wanted to find the coach conversation. Is it just coaching staff? Who's this guy? Parker Martinez? Is that what his name is? I wonder. No, Pierce Martinez. Not a good de chez nous. So I can't talk to him from here, right? No, this is not the place to talk to him. Okay, let's move back out. Is it at the morale somewhere? Ooh. All players? No. Should be at the top of the conversation tab. Let me see. Oh, it could be? No, it's Suzuki. Let me scroll down the conversation tab then. No, I don't see it anywhere. So how do I speak to my coach? View lines, roster moves, progress reports, proposed trade, view contracts, pending options, come with owner goals, income statement, promotions. I don't know. Maybe it's only once the season starts? Or maybe I have to go into the settings here, like when you press best lines. Yeah, maybe at the start of the season. Line, nope, not here either. Not seeing it. I guess we'll simulate a few days. Okay, anyways, our last things of conversations. I went ahead a bit too quickly to trades. Let's try putting Caden Gooley. No, but he's a defense. Let's try changing. I have no other offensive defenseman, eh? Okay, before we put a defense to forward, let's try a forward to defense. A good defensive forward like a Brendan Gallagher, I guess. Or good enough-ish, maybe. Let's try putting him to defense and see what is said there. So position. Yeah, no preseason conversations seem a bit odd. So change your full-on position. Oh, it doesn't even want to talk to me about that. Okay, bye-bye. I think scouting is still the same. We'll find that out soon, though. Actually, I can go to that screen right now, probably. Can I look at assigned scouts from here? Or I have to wait till the season starts? Yeah, I'm not seeing it here. So I have to wait till season starts, but I would assume it's still exactly the same. I just want to see someone who can change here. Come on, Christian Dvorak. Can we put you on defense? Come on now, baby. Hello, GM Data. We have a fresh season ahead of us. Okay, spare me the pleasantries. Okay, so he's open. Don't tell me I'm playing defense. So yeah, it's not very risky, but it is risky. Because Gallagher's older. True. Okay, so let's say I want Christian Dvorak. I want to put you on left defense. Risky, but not very risky. He's not super interested. So again, it comes down to first tab at the bottom. Sorry, thank you, Sean. It comes down to the age, the morale, all that stuff. First tab at the bottom. Thank you. My brain's everywhere. Appreciate it. Okay, so it looks exactly the same to me. Playstyle, all that. Yeah, looks exactly the same to me. I would say 0 has changed. Can you change a goalie to a skater? No, I don't think you can do that. Okay, did we get through what we wanted to get through for right now? So when we advance a few days, we'll find out about coach conversations. We'll find out about playing Josh Anderson at center. For right now, let's get back to the trade screen where I was like 10 minutes ago. At the trade screen where I'm trading a player who has a no-trade clause, I think I need to have the conversation first before I can trade them. So Mike Matheson, it doesn't tell me his clause in this screen, but it does tell me it in the other screen. If I look at the teams that he's open to being traded to, if I scroll through it here, he is really going to make us have to remove Johnny Hockey. That's true, he's still in there, huh? Oh, no. I put him on one of the legend teams. So, okay, 8-team no-trade clause for 2 years, and he has 24 teams that he's tradable to. Okay, that's great, no problem. So I have that information set. Now, if I go to... Didn't he want to be traded to the Ducks? Sorry, is that 24-team trade or 24-team no-trade? Let me go back to this. Oh, it's slow. Look, let me watch. I'm going to press R3 now. But now hold on. I'm going to press R3 on dock now. Okay, it was a bit slower before, but... Any idea if the AI will actually... Yeah, it is tradable teams, 24 teams. If the AI will actually utilize the conversation features, I doubt the AI would do that. So these are the teams that he's open to being traded to. So where's that arrow? It told me it would be a green modified no trade with an arrow. Where's that arrow? So if I go to the Anaheim Ducks now, and I say, like, how about Cam Fowler? He has a modified no-trade clause as well. I have to look at what teams are on his no-trade clause. Okay, so I can't even acquire him, right? Oh, I can't even select him. Look in the bottom left corner. I can press select on Ryan Strome, but I can't press select on Fowler. Did it? I want to see a video of Montreal Goalhorn has been fixed. Oh, finally. I want more varied potentials in the rounds. Give me a 75 overall, high bottom 6. Yes, that would be great, Cody. I agree. That's great news for that. Sean's day has been made. So how about I go find a player who is open to being traded? So you can't even cheese the system. You can't even click on that player if they have a no-trade clause. I know Gaudreau's still in the game. They haven't updated the rosters. That's why I'm going to wait for the first roster update. So, okay, I see. So now, and yes, you can see Fowler's trade list. I just clicked on it earlier. It showed me the 4 teams he was being open to being traded to. So Rasmus Andersson, so I can see if he's open to coming to my team. But for Mike Matheson, I can't see if he's open to being traded to Calgary. So that's a bit of a weird thing in my mind. If I want to trade Matheson to Calgary, I need to go through, press on him, wait for his thing to open up, go to the menu. Is he open? Yes, he's open. Meanwhile, for Rasmus Andersson, I don't need to do that because the green arrow next to the modified no trade clause is there. You know? The AI players would be the AI players would be a disadvantage for that, but I doubt they're using those conversations. So I'm not sure why we can't have it both ways, but at least I have it one way. So, I don't know, let's say I want Kuzmenko, and I'm going to trade you Matheson. It would work out because both can be selected. There you go. But if they have a no trade clause that they don't want to trade, so Kadri I can't click on, Uyghur I can't click on. How about a green one that I can't click on? All the modified seem to have the ability to click on. Brent Burns, modified, but Montreal is not on his modified list, therefore I cannot do that. Yeah, the Discord server makes me laugh. For EA's server. They said it's been a year that we're waiting and it still isn't there. And we see his history too. I wish it would tell us the years that he's won it. Not just he's won it 3 times and most recently in this year. I want to know each year that he's won it. Yeah, I don't know why our players don't show that arrow. Players will still grow X factors naturally, right? That's a question I want to find out. Seth Jarvis in the trade block said there's a contract that would have to be added to him. Okay, so that's pretty much what I wanted to find out about trades. Anything else about trades that looks new to us? Draft picks are there. Do you think AI GMs will utilize no move and no trade clauses? Yes. I'm sure in the contracts that are signed, those will be there. We'll sim a few years and find out. The real question, can we edit players? That's what we're going to find out. You know what? Let's do that next. Let's do that next for you, Walter. So it seems like everything else with trades is the same, but now the addition of the no trade clause, and I can't talk to a player. If I'm on their no trade clause, I cannot talk to them. I see. But if I want a player to waive mine, I can go talk to them from the conversation tab. So if I want to make a trade, I need to exit the trade tab, go have the conversation, and then return to the trade. Okay. Next up, can I edit players? Yes, but how much is the question, right? Some teams will be so disadvantaged because their team market are small. Hope it doesn't break the gameplay with smaller markets. I hope not, Wind. Are growing X factors like they used to. Now we can help them achieve the zone ability. We would like. Okay, that's great. So the player will still grow the X factors, grow and regress X factors. But if there's one that we specifically want them to have, instead of me just going in and adding it to them, I now have to give them the goal to get it. Unless I can still do so, can I still edit the player? Can I go to Nick Suzuki and edit him? They took away player type. Can I go to X Factor now? If I go to X... Yes. What can I do for X Factor? Yes, I can do it. Okay. So part of me says, what's the point of having the goal if I can just do it myself? But the other side of me says, yes, I want that. I want it to grow naturally. Yes, I can go in and do it myself. I can override it. I don't want to have to give him a goal I don't want to have to say, hey, buddy, with 99 shooting accuracy, can you please score me 30 goals so you can have the snipe ability? No, he should have the snipe ability already. But for the most part of situations, I'm glad that I have to go through this process. For my style of play, I'm happy to go through this process. But if you don't want to go through that process, that's great. You don't have to. This is what we've been asking for in EA. I wonder if you can talk to a player about waiving the no-trade clause to join your team during the trade deadline. Let's go to the deadline game and we'll find out. So yes, now the next question, what else can we edit? I doubt there's much more. Yeah, jersey number and fighting. That's it. That's it. No play style, no potential. His shot style, maybe. Yeah, I can do the shot. Yeah, it's the exact same as NHL 24, it seems like. For editing a player. The beard length, yeah, beard length's the only thing I can touch there. Nothing new. As we're closing in on 100 people, I'll say it a few times. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already for all of our NHL 25 content. Guides on how to play the mode, how to maximize your scouting, how to have the best experience, but also how to have our own franchise mode series episodically. Can you check on Taro Sujimoto's rating, please? I wish I could. Can I edit the pass shoot bias? I don't believe I can because that would go under attributes, which we can't get to from the screen. You can change it through conversation, at least this year. Yes. 99 overall, Sujimoto. What a legend. That was the Saskatchewan Stags a little bit? No, that was just the Japan team from X-Tech, right? Automatic X Factors saved me so much. I literally spend 1 hour per season just removing and adding them from before. Yes, absolutely. So if I can't go to attributes, I can't go to pass shoot bias, unfortunately. Welcome to all 105 of you in the stream as we're getting into NHL 25. Leave a like if you haven't already, and join the team here. Over 8,000 subscribers. We've been doing it for about 4.5 years now. It's a great community, and we're that much greater with you as a part of it. Join us in the Discord server, link in the description, where we're always talking sports, fantasy sports, franchise modes, all games, all series. We're about 700 members in there, and we love it. Did all creators get NHL 25 early? No, I bought it myself. EA does not know that I exist. Maybe they will someday. I don't know how some creators with less... And it's not all about subscribers, but I have a decent following, right? Ish. And there's creators with like a fraction who get like even more early access. So, anyways, let's get back here. So we went through the trades. Let's continue with Yeah, so find trade should be the same here. Let's go through it here. So let's say I go Suzuki, find trade, no trade. So I still don't like that. If I go to the Hurricanes and say I want Seth Jarvis, like they have Seth Jarvis on the block right now, are you telling me I couldn't get Seth Jarvis for Nick Suzuki? So I hate that they only propose value that are like exact. Why can't you add a third-round pick? I am probably considered too critical, but I don't mean to be, you know? I just want to be honest. I love the game. I just hate the complacency for a lot of the years. Yeah, if I offer you Suzuki for... Oh, because they'll be over the salary cap. But why can't they give me someone that also makes $1 million and then offer me Jarvis and a throw-in for Suzuki, right? So the fine trade in my mind is still not something I really use too often. You can't at people on mobile? How do you mean? In the Discord server? Oh, and the YouTube chat. Yes. Can CPU teams get their players to waive their no-trade clauses? I would assume so, but we'll find that out once we sim a season. View draft class. Let's see if that's all the same here as well. Yep. Wait, a couple of... It's Marian Svatos, rest in peace. Croatian, Dominic Viveros, going first overall. Croatian. So all the Croatians, the Belarusians, the Estonians, they're all going to be here again. Yeah, the Lithuanians... So I love those wonky nationalities, but it's always... I find it's a bit too heavy in like the top 10. Is there always going to be like a top 10 Lithuanian and top 10 Estonian, like 2 out of 3 years? I don't know. Draft board is exactly the same. Can they tell me a bit of a better projection? I hate when you have like the 34th overall pick and it tells you on the right players from 26 to 29, or 26, 27, 28. Yeah, still gray silhouettes, ridiculous. And Norwegians named John Smith, yes. Probably we can't convince players that don't want to be traded to our team, right? No, it doesn't seem like we can, Lacton. Really bummed Creation Zone's the same for teams. No new logos or stadiums. Ah, that's too bad, AJ. If you see an Austrian with the name Bob Williams, I'm going to lose it. Yeah, we'll see them. At least the French names. I'll give it the French names are usually pretty consistent. If you go to the QMJHL, I don't get why in the SHL you have... Like, most of them, they're pretty good for the most part, I find. That's because real players are being mixed in right now, that's why. But you'll go to the SHL and you'll get Bob Williams, and then you'll go to the QMJHL and you'll get Sylvain Leduc and all those guys, right? Gabriel Daigle, these are all real players. If I sort by... okay, no, it's going to be all real players. Caleb Denoyer, Nathan Lecomte, Philippe Vieilleux, etc. But you know what I'm saying. If you've seen future years of franchise mode, you know what I'm saying. Player search, is that still the same? Can you initiate conversations with other teams' players or management and convince them to waive their clauses? It doesn't look like we can. Unless in the trade deadline minigame you can, maybe? It looks like that is not a possibility, Darcy. Well, this is weird. If I go to highlight the screen, why is it all gray? All right. Everything else looks the same. That's weird. Why is it bringing me back to the top? Okay, this is a bit of a glitch here. Whenever I change, like if I go back to normal, back to the top. I change it to overall, goes back to the top. Then I change it here, that's fine. But then I get back to the other one, it goes back to the top. Yeah, that's a glitch. Okay, we caught our first glitch here so far. The first new glitch, I guess you could say. Hail Hydra, we always say. You take out one, another one takes its place. Okay, so that's the same. Very good, very good, very good. Trading block. Looks, is that going to be the same? Yes, that's all the same. At least it tells you as well now, okay, so on my trade block, but 6 team no trade. On my trade block, but 5 team no trade. Okay. Browse trading blocks. I'm assuming it will tell me the same information. Who's a player on the trade block who has a no trade clause? Is there any team that has a player with a no trade clause on a trade block? Oh, hold on, I saw one here. So yeah, okay, so Andrew Kopp, 10 team no trade, and he'd be willing to come to Montreal, so I'd go and try to acquire him. Interesting. Okay, good to know. Okay, next screen, view contracts. Now this is what we've been waiting for. I can't wait to get to free agent conversations as well. So let's, this is just where you're looking at the information. But let's try to actually send a contract to somebody. So now if you go to R2, a new thing you can scroll through is has a clause. Who are my players who have clauses? Matheson, Laine, Anderson, Gallagher, and Dvorak. So I can sort by clause. Could I even do it like this if I go to main roster? Player search can be so helpful. Yes, it can be so helpful. So I can sort by clause. I don't know why why would I go to a screen that says clause if I can sort by clause, but okay, I don't hate it. It just doesn't really seem super necessary. And everything else is the same, okay? So let's see all expiring. Sorting by overall. So David Savard needs a contract. Let's see what he wants. I'm going to go to Christian Dvorak 2 later. So offer extension straight up, or I can enter negotiation. If it's offering a contract extension straight up, base level, contract structure, and trade protection clause structure, good. So if I go straight up, listen, buddy, okay, so there's the interest level. 1 or 2 years, he's kind of the same interest, but 3 years, he's very interested in that. So let's say I go to 2 years. It's one way. Salary increases. How much does it take for the salary to increase? I'm sorry, the interest to increase. Okay, so this is what I find is weird. Oh, it's because you have to lock it in. Oh, okay, there you go. I was just thinking that does the 85% rule still work? Ah, okay. So you have to stop scrolling and check what the update is. If I keep it scrolling, it won't change. But as soon as I stop scrolling, then the bar will change on the interest level. Okay. Hey, with the big $5 donor as well. Can you make video going through AHL, ECHL teams when you see the player ratings? Happy Friday. Thanks, Crush. I will be doing that in the next few hours. As soon as the stream is over, that's the first thing I'm doing. So within, whatever, like 4 hours, that will be up. Thank you for the donation as well. And that will be added into the raffle for created players. Here on the channel, every donation you make on YouTube or through the PayPal link in the description, in the PayPal link that'll double it, every donation that's made adds your name to a raffle for a created player in a franchise mode series. So Crush Bra, you are in the raffle with that $5 donation. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so that's good to know. Now, how about the years we said? Like, what if I go 4 years if I'm paying him dirt cheap? Is that going to change anything? Okay, yeah, so yeah, but what if I go like now to 7 years? Okay, so he doesn't even want 7 years. So you gotta play around with it. I like that. Now, the one thing that doesn't change, and let's try a different player. Let me try a different player here. Does it change? Okay, so here's a huge thing I just noticed. Take very careful note of what I'm about to say. On the right, the player ask used to change based on the years that you were offering. So if he wants 2 years at 1.75, he might want 3 years at 2 million, but I no longer know that. I need to use the team interest bar to figure out what that number is. Now, the next thing you have to figure out is what level of that bar is kind of like that 85% trick that's going to be what he always accepts. So if I want to offer Jake Evans 8 years, I have no idea what number he wants, correct? Oh no, it does change. Okay, well, take back everything I just said then. I thought I had a big brain moment. I take it back. I'm sorry. Thanks, Sean. I take it back. But what does change is the interest. Even though I do offer him 1.825. Okay, so kind of what I said was half true. I'll still offer him 1.825, the number that he's asking for, but that does not necessarily mean that he has full interest. Just because I'm offering him the money and the years that I'm offering, that he wants, it doesn't mean that he wants it at full interest. Is that making sense? I feel like I'm talking in circles. So I add a full no movement clause, and that makes him way more interested. No trade clause, a little less. Modified, a little less. No, okay. Interesting. Okay, so we learned a little bit right there. Now, what if I go to Christian Dvorak, who currently has a clause, and I don't want to offer him a clause again? I don't need to, right? Yeah, exactly. He's not expecting a clause, necessarily. Can you see how much the two-way option affects his interest? Sure. So let me go to someone a bit, let's say like a Barré-Boulet. A Barré-Boulet who's more expected to take a two-way deal. Okay, so he wants 1 year, one way. If I go to two-way, it drops a little bit, about 2 rectangles. So how many hold on, let me count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 bars. Is it still 85%? If I get 8.5 bars, it'll go through? I wonder. Okay, so let's start with a couple of extension offers. So one we'll do 85% on. That'll be David Savard, who wants 2.45. 85% of that is 2.0825. 2.0825, aka 2.1. So it's right at that like 80-ish percent, right? It's like 81%, maybe 80.5% of his interest, not of his demand, but of his interest. 85% of his contract demand has given him like an 80.5% interest in signing. Let's send this. Yeah, I'm not going to change anything else. And you press enter, the options button to offer the extension, okay? Extension offered, bye-bye. I can't retract it though, eh? No, I still can't retract the offer. Okay, now to Jake Evans. Let's try Jake Evans, and not 85% of the salary, but 85% of the interest. So I'm going to go 1 year, but I want to go to 85% of the interest. Let's offer him the 2.175 seems about just like a little over 85%. Can his top interest team only be revealed through conversation? Well, this is also, so Sean, I think what you're asking is for free agency, right? Because what we're doing right now is contract extension, so he's only interested in theory with us. Hey, Dexter, welcome. You've missed, has it already been an hour? It's like 56 minutes. Time flies. So let's try offering this. Even though it's more money than he's asking for, this is a contract that's offering him 85% interest in the contract itself. Okay? Let's see what he says. Oops, I pressed the conversation button. Sorry. And I sent it? Okay, I did send it. Very good. Okay, the contract has been sent to these two guys. Now let's see what they say to the answers. Now, those are both expiring UFAs. Well, expiring RFA, as Mark asked for. What have we tried so far? We've gone through conversations, player conversations, went through trades, no trade clauses. We're looking at offering extensions right now. And then we'll get to, and player conversation, talking about changing positions and giving season goals. Now we're going to get to, after this, most likely some simulation in the very near future, simulating a season, actually seeing how it goes. So, Harvey Pinard, expiry status UFA. So it doesn't seem like anything really changes too much here. What if we give him a two-way contract? You can't give clauses to someone with a two-way contract. Okay, so good to note for Harvey Pinard. And what about unsigned players? Is it nice and easy for an unsigned player? If I want to give Koivu a contract, is it nice and easy for Koivu? Yeah, just entry-level deal. He has full interest. Good. If I go really low, the interest could get lower. Okay. I do feel the conversation system is going to become very tedious. Hopefully they can make the replies, etc. move a lot faster, especially if they are needed for everything. True. So let's say Koivu. If I'm, what kind of negotiation could I have with an unsigned prospect? We see as a vital part of our future. I want to charm him, neutral, or end conversation. So it doesn't seem like there's much that I can gain from having a conversation with a player on an entry-level contract. Okay? That's it for now. Bye-bye. Now, what if I have a conversation with Yoel Armia? I'm really happy with the organization, and we'd love to discuss how we can extend the contract. Okay, so if I go to the conversation screen and have a conversation with a player, the conversation will be contract-based. If I have a conversation outside, it will be goal or positionally based. Goal-based or positionally based. So there's two types of conversations that can be had, and it depends on where you start the conversation from. Morale screen will be goals and positions. Contract screen will be extensions, and possibly, I would think, trade clauses, right? Can you set goals for unsigned prospects? I don't think you can. It doesn't seem like I could. I can only charm them. Charm or neutral. I can't set goals. No, I have to be in your roster. Or minor players? That's a good question. Okay, so risky. Let's try and charm them. I don't know. Charm them up. So prospects can pull Eric Lindros on us? In theory, they could, but I wonder. Where would you like to start? Okay, so it didn't really charm them too much. Let's talk contract. Okay. How about a 1-year contract? I don't see the interest changing for any of those. Let's try a 1-year contract. 1-year contract is my first choice, but I'm willing to discuss it. My expectation is 1.675 million. Let's discuss enhancing. Perfect. Thank you, Dexter. Appreciate you. Much love. Can we try and find a more team-friendly approach here? It says 50-50. Okay, let's go 50-50. At least he won't get angry and leave. He'll just say no. Okay, we continue. So next 10. Yeah, that too, Wes. Okay, now I want to negotiate or improve. To emphasize our commitment to you, let's enhance the offer. Or we need to revisit the salary discussion to find one that's more team-friendly. 50-50 again. And this time successful. I'm hesitant, but I need to know how much you're offering. Reduction of 100K. What am I going to do with 100K? Yeah, if I can set goals in the AHL for a guy who can score 40 goals there, then why not? Hey, Dexter with a $10 donation as well. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you, brother. Let me throw in 2 more entries for you to the created player raffle. Much appreciated. It goes a long way. Thank you for supporting the channel with the house and the wedding and everything coming my way and having to purchase this game. I know it was, I say only, but $130 is $130. So I appreciate that very much, my friend. So I can reduce it between 100K and 750K. What if I want to reduce it by like 2 million, right? So the higher I go, it doesn't seem to say the riskier it gets. Let's try the riskiest one, I would think, at 750. And he doesn't want to do that. Okay, let's go to promises, clause. Okay, you can still have quite a long conversation here. This is the final offer. Say yes or no, and he doesn't like it. But I wonder how long it would take. Okay, let's say it's our final offer. How long would it take before I can have another conversation with him? Hey, it's acceptable. Okay, I'll give you an answer soon. Okay, so it was 1 year at 0.925. Yeesh. He has almost no interest in that, but at least he's listening to it, I guess. So, okay, so once the conversation is over, it brings me to the screen where you just need to literally press confirm or table contract negotiation for. How long do you want to table it for? Between 1 and 7 days. So let's just say offer, extension, and there you go. Okay, so the conversation was had. Interesting. So there are contract negotiations. We want to go to free agency as well, but what about goal setting for AHL players? I don't think it gives me that possibility even. Unless Barré Boulet plays... Like, what if I ask for Joshua Waugh? Let's do this. Let's give Joshua Waugh a goal, and then let's play him in the AHL. So Joshua Waugh, I want you to hit, whatever, 50 assists. Are AIGM still majorly against you retaining salary? Oh, yeah, I forgot. We have to go back and look at that. Yeah, we got to go back and look at that. So I want to give Joshua Waugh a goal to hit, let's say, 50 assists. Oh, okay, so... A fringe player, they'll ask you NHL or send down. I don't think the tabling affects the offer at all, Sean. It's if you're balancing a few different things and money is tight. If I sign somebody else in the meanwhile and I say table for 5 days and 5 days later Armia says, okay, I'm ready, I might now say, no, I don't have the money anymore. So I want you to be ready to play in the NHL. Your goal is to stay in the league. Season goal, develop away from the NHL. Or give a stat challenge. Okay, so let's say the stat challenge, but it doesn't necessarily say NHL. So let's say 20 assists. Right, yeah, but if it's a contract extension that you table, it doesn't matter. If it's a free agent that you table, they might sign with somebody else. You gotta be careful with that. So I say 20 assists, but then I'll send him to the AHL, right? Is there any information on which players receive the real face scan? No, none yet that I've seen. If you table an offer during free agency, they can get taken by another team? Yes, they can. Can you tell a CHL player to change position and have them actually do it? I don't think you can have a conversation with a player until they're under contract with you. Like, the conversations are only the ones that pop up on this screen here, or the ones who are in the morale screen, I would think. But if I have morale turned off, then... Yeah, so you can only talk to the players that they let you talk to, really. You can't just talk to anybody. So if I go AHL, and I press on, I don't know, who's my highest overall player here? Jayden Struble. Yeah, they have to be in the organization, it looks like. Hey, GM, what's on your mind? Season goal. Long term. Stat challenge. Now, is this AHL stats? Again, doesn't quite clarify which is which. Let's say I give Struble the challenge to get 20 assists. Yeah, during preseason, maybe. Like, if I'm going to guaranteed send Verbetic, is Verbetic from a junior league? No. Who's from, like, Jackeye? Florian Jackeye. But he's 20 now. He can't go back to the AHL, can he? Can he? I forget. And if I talk to Florian Jackeye here and say, I want to talk about your on-ice play, I want to change your position. I'm not sure who that is, Renee. Risky for right wing. Let's see, what do you say about that? Florian, what do you say? Don't think it's the best idea. Okay, gotcha. Okay, we're learning. We're learning. We're learning. Okay. So we want to see Joshua Waugh in the AHL and Struble with those goals as well. Hey, there's Hunter Jones. Shout out to future Data 72 Hall of Famer Hunter Jones, perhaps. All right, so there's morale. Let's go back. We're at contract negotiations, right? Let's go to free agency now. Oh, he means... Oh, Celebrini. Oh, I didn't read that right. I was saying, who is that player? Yeah, Celebrini's in the game. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, let's look just at the UFAs right now. So right now, I see JVR would be very interested in signing with us. So let's try one who isn't and one who is. So Jayden... who's this? Is that Schultz? Justin Schultz. Justin Schultz, he's very interested in the contract, but not in the organization. So can I have a conversation with him right now? Yes. Let's have a conversation with Schultz to convince him about the beauty of this organization. So let's try and charm him a little bit. Successfully charming the player will increase the chances to persuade the player about organizational factors. Okay, let's try and charm him. Okay, I appreciate your interest. Okay, so I went up very little. I think I went up a little bit there. Let's share more about our organization and why it would be a great fit for you. Hi. Right now, the organization isn't my first choice, but I'm willing to hear you out. Market, team status. Okay, let's say market. Yes, that's me, Data 72. Macklin Celebrini, he's in the game. He's in the game in San Jose. You should know the thrill of playing in a large market like Montreal is unparalleled. That's 50-50. I think there are other elements that might appeal to you. Okay, let's try and persuade with a 50-50. It worked a little bit. I'm not going to lie, your perspective has been enlightening, as if you never knew. Go ahead and ask me, Renee, no problem. That's great to hear. So it hasn't gone up very much, but it has gone up... Oh, what? So he loved that one. Hey, Justin Schultz, do you want to come to play on the Canadiens? Nah. Well, what if I told you, just between you and me, it's a big market? Why didn't you say so? I would love to join the Canadiens. That's how it's... So how OP will these conversations be when successful? That's what we'll have to find out. What about persuade? This is convincing. Yeah, he loves the perspective. Man, he's my best friend, Justin Schultz. Let's go... I don't know, 1 year. It's great that we're in agreement with 1.225 million. Okay, if I press... No, if I say continue, that's locking in that offer. Can we try and find a more team-friendly salary? It says very convincing. Hello, Renee. And he loves it. Okay, let's go 100K down. Let's proceed to finalize response shortly. Okay. Cool. So the players don't know basic geography without conversations. Yeah, seems like that could be a factor. So I don't know, like, why didn't you like the Canadiens before? And why does he like them now? Because all I said is that we're a big market, which is information the AI, the free agents should already know, right? So how often will I have those conversations? I guess I'll do them when I have a player who's really not interested, like a Schultz, and it comes down to 50-50. Hello, Renee, hello. It comes down to 50-50. Either it's going to be he accepts it and he loves it, or he doesn't, and there's no chance. And I'm glad I have Friday. Well, I took the day off. I don't have Friday off. I took the day off. And then if I go to someone who is interested, like a JVR, how much can I try and bring his demand down? Well, if you don't, I'll have to mute you. So, how much can I bring in his? Let me try and charm him. JVR, big boy. Okay, he's not. I appreciate the sentiment, but actions speak louder than words. But then his interest just went up. His interest just went up. Okay, let's talk about contract. Give him 1 year. He has full interest for both things. So now can I try and get it to come down? Since he's so interested, I can only go down 100K or 250K because it's already at 1.075. Let's go down 250K, JVR. Thank you for the offer, but as a whole, it doesn't fully align with my expectations. We need to reconsider that, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is my final offer. You're so interested, so here's my final offer. Okay. And let's send it. So I don't see myself doing those. He signed right away. He has anxiety for signing with the new team. Welcome. Renee, what can I do for you, sir? Okay, JVR, welcome to the team. Auto fix flash, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there's free agency. It'll definitely be more interesting when you're competing against other teams. But for right now, we'll see that closer to the end of this video once we sim through a season. It'll be more interesting once you have to compete with other teams. Higher staff seems, yeah, he's gonna get a mute very soon here. Higher staff seems the same as always. Coach O, it takes a long time to load here. Angel 20, it's looking good so far. I like it so far. Menus are, you can, like, going through the menus is fast. But when you try to bring something up, I feel like it goes slowly. I'm going to press on this in 3, 2, 1, press. Okay, it goes up. Oh, what if I exit and come back? Higher staff. 3, 2, 1, click. Whoa, that was way too long. That was way too long. Let me show that one more time. Too soon to tell, but yeah, you're asking how the menus are? Here we go. So again, 3, 2, 1, click. Whoa! But if I click, then once the first one loads, it gets better. But yeah, that's ugly. If I click 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so the speed of going through like that is not bad, but bringing up information is pretty brutal. Yeah, franchise mode as a whole, I'm liking it right now. We're about to get into simulation. Offers comes in. I think we've done pretty much everything. So owner goals, last thing, do we still just care about the bathrooms? And the goals, in my opinion, this tells me everything I need to know within 2 milliseconds. All I need to see is that I could break my back to achieve these goals, and all I get is $30,000. But where am I going to go with 30 grand when scouts want 200K each? I have to hire 20 of them. Where am I going to go with 30K? Legitimately, please tell me. I'm going to kill myself to fix the parking and the bathrooms for what? So owner mode looks exactly the same. I'm still not interested in playing with owner mode on. Upgrade and maintain, yeah, bathrooms, blah, blah, blah. You've gotten your hello, Renee. If you put hello again, I'm going to mute you. And you gotta, yeah, repair, upgrade, yeah, I'm just not super interested. Inflation, yeah, come on, yeah, by what, 2040, my scouts want 400K each as they want 80K now. These silly challenges, like, dude, we're Stanley Cup champs, surely you made enough to maintain all the facilities. Exactly. Hey, Walt, I'm so sorry, I missed Walter, I'm sorry. So sorry, Walter, with a $9.99, hoping for a fun year of franchise mode. I'll be playing vicariously through you because no editing is killer to me. I agree. Thank you, Walter. Very much appreciate that. I'm so sorry that I missed it by like a minute. Walter, is that your first in this round of... I believe it is. So, Walter, Long-time viewer, long-time supporter. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for that. And I'm going to go ahead and throw 2 entries for you into the next Creative Player raffle. Who do you have for the Calder this year? Tough. You think Celebrini is the front runner, but there's a lot of good names. Go join Slim in chat jail. And then, hey, and the 699 from Cody. Cody, gonna go test some stuff out on my own data. I'll post my findings in Discord later. Best of luck with the rest of the stream. Thank you, Cody. Hey, that's a very kind one coming as well. Back-to-back donations. Very much helping to support the channel and myself and the house and the wedding, everything coming my way in 2025 ahead. Appreciate you so much, and I'm going to go ahead and add that's 2 entries since it's over 5, and you get 2 entries into the next raffle. Let's go ahead and put you in a 30-minute timeout there, and there we go. Thank you. Big dubs from everybody. All right, that's all right. The mute has been placed. Do you play any games in your franchise? In my franchise modes on here on YouTube, it's just simulation. We'll go in to watch them sometimes, but I don't actually play them. No. Yeah, Gotsia and Michkov are 2 big ones as well. I think Michkov's going to be the biggest competition, and he had looked good, very, very good in the preseason. The raffle, so every donation that's made on YouTube or through PayPal in the description, that will add a certain number of raffle entries for you into the big lap. We do one every few months. We'll do the next one probably about at the start of October for the next, for creative players in a franchise mode series. So if you donate, let's say $15, that gives you 3 entries. If you do it through PayPal, that doubles, that gives you 6 entries. And when I randomize through all the, whatever, 100 and 150 entries, the top, those 10 people who come up as winners get creative players in a franchise mode series. Yes, scouting and drafting is all the same. I hope Shane Wright has a good rookie year. Yeah, I don't think he'll compete like you said. Can you mess with goalie rotations? I just got... Sure thing, Croker. We're going to do a lot here. We're going to do a lot. So owner mode looks exactly the same. All this to say, owner mode doesn't look to have changed at all. Remember to leave that like if you haven't already, and hit that subscribe button to be notified when we go live, when we're putting out franchise mode episodes, career simulations. Let me know what team you want to see next in franchise mode, our first series. We've done over a dozen from NHL 18. Who do you want to see first in NHL 25? And whose career do you want to see simulated? We've done Demidov, we've done all the Canadians ones, Reinbacher, Slavkovsky, we've done Bedard, we've done Michkov, we've done Celebrini, we've done them all. Yeah, we'll take care of that in the settings. We can look at that in settings right now. We've gotten to that point right now. So promos, I did that on purpose. Box scores, you find them here. Good, we'll come to that in a moment. Settings, if I go to settings and go to rules, auto goalie rotate is still the same as always. Ooh, it's laggy. This is laggy. Ay. You can just see it. Auto rotate goalies is turned on. Unless I'm missing exactly what your question is there, Croker, but I don't think there's anything different about auto goalie rotate. You turn it on or off, and that's it. Seth Jarvis career sim. Oh, I like that. Okay, so record book. Let's see that. That's probably the last thing before we get simulating. This is all the same. Have they fixed the goalies? We'll find out once the simulation gets going. But they have goalies playing like 1,800 games. I second the Jarvis sim. Very good. I know you mostly sim everything for the channel. Any plans to play on the ice in the next few weeks? Curious about in-game bugs. I would play it, but it would be hard for me to really know exactly what's right and what's wrong because I don't play very much. But I'll play a little bit in this video right here. $1 billion company with spelling errors. Oh yeah. I thought you saw one right now, but yeah, they've been there before. I do really like the look of the main menu. Cool to see. Yes, good upgrade on the menu. I like the background as well. Dynamic background too. Okay, let's get to some simulation. And once we get simulated, we can see the game log and see what conversations would come up. I was meaning if they added the feature from your... like if you could tell them the rotation... No, they haven't added that, Croker. They haven't. It's still the same as before with the goaltenders and their rotation of games. Okay, so actually, that being done... so there's a few things we got to keep note of. Joshua in the AHL, Struble in the AHL, Josh Anderson to center. There's a few things we got to keep note of. So let's sim to next game. What's going to pop up here? Owner expectations, data, new season, thank you. New conversation. Okay, so the coach, here we go. So the coach, he prompts the conversation to come talk to me. Pierce Martinez, I don't know how you got the job here in Montreal. Not a good as she knew. The media would be eating him up. I was thinking of making a Dallas franchise mode. How good is Bichelle and his stats data? I can look at that for you in this video in 5 minutes if you remind me. Or I can look at it, or you can see it in the video I'll post later today, which is going to show the overall and potential of every player in the entire game inside of every league. Okay, so listen up. Whoa, what do you mean listen up? What do you mean listen up? Hold on, Pierce. You came to my office. Have a seat and relax. Listen up, GM Data. We have a great opportunity this season to push hard from the start and run this team the way we want. Okay. Let's establish our goals and make sure we achieve them. Okay. Thanks. I'll leave that to you and give him a +10. Or I can say, hold on, let's talk about these season goals. Preseason goals. Okay, what are we talking about here in the preseason? Listen here, Buster. I'm the GM now. Yeah, I wonder if goalies will talk about skater stuff still, yeah. Let's discuss our players. Okay, preseason. What do we want our main focus to be? Conditioning. Well, we're still finished. We still have our NHL 24 Coyotes fantasy draft going. We're going to do that on a few weeknights into October to finish that one up. But our main series on 24, which was our expansion San Francisco series and our Vancouver Canucks series. There we go. Bye-bye. That was the two that we finished off. Yeah, Coach, we finished up those. Coach wants to stage a coup. Sounds good. What should be our main focus? Strength, skill, 5v5. So a lot of things get focused on. Team bonding, don't care. Goalie focused. So let's just choose one. Any one sounds good to me. So let's just go with 5v5 focus. Let's get the overalls up with some awarenesses and blah, blah, blah. Sounds good to me. All of our players who make the team will have this focus. Let's get to work, Parker. Pierce. I'm thinking Parker Martinez from our Honolulu Huskies series back in NHL 20. Thank you. New salary cap. Great. Budget allocation. Don't care. When they give me peanuts, I don't care. I'm not happy with the role you offer me. I wonder about that with coaching. Let's do that right now. If I want to hire staff and an assistant coach is hired as an assistant coach, is he going to say I reluctantly accept? I'm sure he will, but I just want to see it. Okay, I want this. I want Barahowski, yeah, to be Spike Barahowski, to be my NHL associate coach. Here's 8 years. Oh, it's going slow. Oh, yeah, this is slow. Look at how slow the names are. The NHL associate coach is crawling across the screen. Yikes. Okay, offer that to him. Spikey. Spike, let's give him that offer. And now if I go to... Where's my staff screen? I gotta get used to where the staff screens are. Yeah, that's gonna need a little bit of a patch. Oftentimes there's a patch in the first week or two, so I'll save my anger. The glitches, but I'll save my anger for the menus and stuff like that for like a few weeks in. I've been angry about menus for years now. Okay, so I can talk to my coach now in conversation now that the season has started. The goalie talk glitch. I'm most worried about things like the NHL 22 syncing goal glitch where the overlay fills the screen. Well, you can't see but so much polishment. Yeah, I hear you. Where am I going? Where's my staff screen? Am I blind? Coaching staff. There you go. Yeah, I don't think I had that glitch in a little while, but I remember it. Okay, let me just fire my goalie coach for a second here. For permanent. Goodbye, Wyatt. Lindros to goalie coach, Fisher to associate coach, and we're to assistant. We're gonna try to hire that new associate, and just no goalie coach still, eh? Yeah, they need me to hire a goalie coach, but they only give me head, associate, and assistant. That's a joke. That's a real joke. Can we talk with our coach about tactics? Let's see. Oh, that's a good question, Lacton. I sure do hate leaving the unemployment office with long-term job security. That's literally it, Stormcloud. I hate to be making $1.7 million for the next 8 years. I prefer to stay on welfare. But I'll stop before I go too far and my blood pressure goes too high. I would expect the menus to be improved. Hopefully they do, because there's absolutely no excuse for something that simple to work that badly. Well said, Wes. Hey there, what do you have in your mind? Yeah, that's better respect for when I come into your office. Let's talk about our game plan for this team. What do you have in mind? I can't do much here, eh? It's locked. Coaching style. Let's go over your coaching style as a whole, including the approach you take to constructing your lineup. I guess that's where I can lock in some players. You're suggesting changes already? Okay. Pump the brakes. Head coaches want to take your job. Okay, so I can continue with a -10 on morale. Yes. Unfortunately, this is not up for debate. Fine. You're the boss. More of a defensive style. Okay, so I could change his coaching style to be offensive or defensive, to be teacher or physical, but that doesn't change his style of coaching. That changes what his emphasis on coaching is. So if he's an offensive coach, that doesn't mean he's all out on offense. That means offensive players will grow better in his system. And if he's a defensive coach, it doesn't mean we'll have better lockdown defense. It means he'll have a better, like, defensemen will grow more easily on his team. Yeah, real Krabby Patty. Okay, let's say I want to change you to defensive. All in on defense, huh? It could work, I suppose. I'll get started on the necessary tweaks. Great. What else can I discuss with you? Okay, that's it. Because then it goes back to game plan again. Why does EA think we want to be sassed all day? Yeah, there's a lot of sass in these conversations. End of story. Remember that one? There's a lot of sass in these conversations. I don't know who's writing these. There's a lot of sass. Okay, let's go to our next game. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see a sim game, actually. If we sim a game, is it still the same here? Yeah, sim period, sim period. Shut out 3-0. Shot 45 shots. All the same there. All the same here. Yes. Alright. Next. So now, if I go to game log. Game logs. Actually, activity. Is it still? Do we have EA? There we are! Let's go! Hockey analyst, welcome back! EA stock photo hockey analyst, welcome back! NHL 25, his contract has been extended. Ridiculous. So ridiculous. As a comment was well said on my wishlist video, I forget exactly who it was. I feel bad not giving credit, but it's a great comment. EA, it could actually, I think it was Walter. I think, it was Walter. I think EA Hockey Analyst is a great microcosm of what is wrong with this game. That it can't be bothered to be fixed or changed to Joey McMuffin, that they have all these names. I can make up 25 names for you right now. This next guy is named Nicholas Graziano. This next guy is going to be named Richard Dubois. The next guy is going to be named Derek Laframboise. The next guy is going to be named... you can go... just a couple of those were French. But you can just create. You know? Come on. Anyways, let's go back up here. I want to know if you take the Utah team and give them a name and jersey without creating a custom. I don't think you can do that. Unless you can create a team and replace Utah Hockey Club. You could do that, technically. But you can't just... I don't think, you can't take the team and then change the team's name and all that. Yeah, I'm just reading some of the comments here. Just Bob. Give me Bob. Even Bob. Okay, send to the next game. Okay, enthusiastically. So Savard signed that contract. Armia rejected his. I'm naming him Hockey Analyst. That's great, Walter. That is great. If you are in the raffle, make sure in the Discord server. And if you donated and you're in the Discord server, make sure to let me know. I'll give you the special roll that goes to you. And you'll be notified if you win the raffle and when that raffle is. Okay, so Schultz signed on, all the guys signed on. Great. Assistant GM, best GM, best roster. I don't know what to do, but you don't have enough budget to sign me. Oh, because owner mode is turned on. I forgot. I have owner mode turned on, so budget actually matters now. So I can't sign anybody right now because we have like 195K in the budget. Okay, so let's just do some simulating. So you press square for calendar now. Pro NHL players and maybe pre-order some names and photos or generated players code in the seconds mentioned. Oh, yeah. That's cool, Gear. That would be a nice little touch for players who can be trusted, yeah. Let's get simulating. How's the speed of simulation? It's going to be a bit slower because owner mode and morale is turned on. But how's overall speed? It looks to be the same. Actually, no, so preseason ended. Did they get that growth in the preseason from what we had tried to work on? Did the offensive and defensive awarenesses grow? If I go to edit lines. And how do I lock in Josh Anderson at center? Yeah, I got to do that too. Maybe if I go to progress reports, hold on. I hear you, Rick. So puck control. Deking went down, but puck control went up. Same for Line, same for Slavkovsky, same for Schultz. Okay, so something happened here in the preseason. Everybody's puck control went up and everybody's deking went down. Why? I'm a bit confused as to why. What else? Defensive awareness. Defensive awareness. Defensive awareness. Okay. Maybe they have to do that to balance the overall, or else it's too easy to grow the overall. If one goes up, something else has to go down to balance it out. I guess. But basically, whatever we said the preseason's focus to be, essentially was what went up. Okay. Can I talk to Martinez now about playing Josh Anderson at center? Preferred lines, yes. Okay. So actually, let me exit for a second. Let me get Josh Anderson back on the team, because he's in the AHL. The thing you ask your coach to focus on has advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, so good to note. That's what we learned. So we've learned something here. Whatever you ask your coach to focus on will have advantages and disadvantages. I gotta figure out where everything is getting roster moved. I gotta figure out the screens. So did Anderson get moved? Oh, he's just a healthy scratch, probably. So now I cannot send down Brendan Gallagher. Right. Yeah. Sorry, let's go to forwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let me just send down Dvorak and Armia. I don't really care. They don't get claimed off waivers. They just get sent down. Now Anderson will get to play, which is what I care about. More obvious people left the team. Are the Gray Silhouettes? Yes, Gray Silhouettes are still here, Walter. Sorry to say. So I want Josh Anderson to play center. Second line center, even. Let's put that here and say that. And in the AHL, I want Watt to score his 20 assists or whatever that goal was. And I want Struble to get his 20 assists. And we'll see if that will count as their goal being achieved. So just to check one last time, I can't have the conversation from here, right? I have to actually go and talk to the coach. Right. If I look here. Right. Okay, I have to actually go and talk to the coach now about the preferred lines. Pierce Martinez. Pierce, how are you? Preferred lines. Okay, but what do you... Who do you think you are? Mike Isertel, whatever the guy's name is who put it out, the lead developer, we want to give you this option so that at the end of the day, the buck stops with you. You're the GM making the decision, and he's gonna have I want to do that, and now my coach loses morale and says I'll be the one making the decisions. No, come on. Is there still not an option in the setup menu for the AI to handle trades like it was? No, you still can't. They can do free agency and drafting, but they can't do trades. You can't set that up for your team. So now if I want to have a preset, I need to suffer for that if morale is turned on. No, we haven't seen that yet. ACX, we're going to see that as soon as we get to the offseason. We haven't gotten to the offseason yet. We're just starting the season here. Okay, so yeah, this is not up for debate, kid. Fine, have it your way. This guy he's begging to get fired. He is begging to get fired. Forwards. Line 3. Center. Josh Anderson, yes. Okay, I can put a bunch of players. I can put anybody. But Josh Anderson, at least they put the one who's there already as the first one in line. I don't need to scroll through all the names. Okay, do you want to suggest more changes to the third forward line? No. That's it. These are painful conversations. They did say in the deep dive video that it would cost morale to do. Oh, did they say that? But I don't understand why. They do it so that we have better ease of lines when we get injuries, but then we're gonna have to pay the price with our coach to do so. I know. Okay, if they said it, that's great, but still doesn't explain it. Yeah, it makes Torts seem like a sweetheart. All right, end conversation. Now Josh Anderson will stay third line center for the course of the season, I believe. So there you go. If I have morale turned off, does that matter? So at the end of this experiment, we're going to exit the franchise mode and enter back again with owner mode and morale turned off. What's the point of when you can just edit your lines? Yeah, that's right. Would I rather do it manually and not lose morale? Like, yeah, it depends on how often you're going best lines because of injuries and stuff like that. All right. Let's go to the calendar and get some simulation done. I'll take my first sip of water here. I'll take my first sip. Okay, so we'll keep best linesing it. Owner goal evaluation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, staff morale is going to stay on anyways. That's true. So I'll probably just never use that. And Lane Hudson. Okay, we're talking about him because I want him to become a two-way D. I tried to tap my game, but I'm not sure I was successful. I don't think I'm quite ready to be a two-way defenseman right now. Sorry, GM Data. Well, you're a disgrace to the organization, but that Walter is going to turn into wine. That water's going to turn into wine real quick if these convos keep coming. It's going to turn into the chocolate milk soon enough. Okay, we can chat about another topic. Okay, what else can we talk about? We can actually chat about this topic at a later time. I want to discuss something else. Sure, what would you like to discuss? All good here, actually. Thanks for stopping by. What? They're broken. They're still broken. I like the idea, and they're not always broken, but certain things are broken, and I will not be using them as much as possible. I'll probably only use them for negotiations, where a player really doesn't want to sign with me. That's the time I'll probably literally only use conversations for that, and maybe setting goals in the preseason. I actually on player goals because there's no negative to that. So setting player goals I'll always do. Setting preseason goals I might not if there comes at a cost of certain attributes. Thanks for stopping by the office, Lane. Just let the game do whatever it wants here. Bobblehead night, blah blah blah. Yeah, the simulation still seems pretty slow, but we're going to get morale and owner mode turned off later on, and we'll get a chance to see it. Josh Anderson, so how is he doing at center? Hey Lane, I really need to talk to you. It was nice to see you. I've adjusted well to center position. I'm confident and ready to play in this new role. So, I want to go check what are Josh Anderson's face-offs right now, because he was a left wing, right wing with 65 face-offs. Excellent news. Thank you, Josh. Oh, this is slow. Can I exit, please? Yes. So I forgot, sorry, so David Savard, he accepted 85%, but Jake Evans didn't, it was 85%. So it's still a conclusion that I missed on making a conclusion to was 85% of the contract money-wise will still go through, seemingly, but 85% of the interest bar is not necessarily going to happen. There you go. Oh, I forgot to look about trading for retained salary. I forgot about that. So if I want to trade... Where's Dvorak? Dvorak can be traded to where? Dvorak can be traded to the Ducks. Great. If I want to trade Dvorak to the Ducks... Actually, what if I try to trade him to a team that he doesn't want to go to? Will I even be able to click on his name? Let's just say a 7th round... No. Oh, I want them to retain salary. What am I saying? I want them to retain salary. Not me. Ah, wrong thing. Oh my goodness. So I can look at eligible for trade. Interesting. So I can sort by eligible for trade and not even have to look at players who I can't get. Anyways. Skaters matching the block. Okay. Where's a terrible contract? Or just a bad contract? Connor Clifton at 3.3? No. A bad expiring contract. There's Bichelle, for who asked earlier. 74 overall, medium top 4D. Detroit. 1 year left at $3 million for Olimata? Sure. Does the AI retaining salary still cost like 21st? We'll find out here. So Olimata. And I'll give you back good value here. I'll give you a 2nd round pick. Yeah, this would go through for sure. Now, let's start at 50% retention and go down from there. Hey, and George with the donation. Send Gallagher to the Guangdong Southern Tigers. Yeah, the menus are slow, Min. Sorry to tell you. Thank you for the donation at $2.79. That'll give you another entry. That gives you one entry. Your first, George Kem Gamer. That gives you an entry. Make sure you're in the Discord server to claim it if you get it. That gives you 1 entry into our raffle for a created player in a franchise mode series. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Yeah, lots of click-clacks. So, I want 1.5 million retained. Detroit says, on the surface, we would do this, but not with that retention. That's at 50%, okay? For 1 year. 33%. Hey, whoa! So they would accept that. Now, that was a team with a lot of cap space. Let's try another one. Was that a fluke, or is that something we can actually say wow to? Sorry, where am I going? I want to see play, yes, on the block, sorry. Does it feel refreshing? It does, but the menus are not refreshed speed-wise. I donated a few months back. I think, yeah, you have, Wes, you have... Yeah, you have 2 entries. I see your name right here. You have 2 entries. The next raffle is going to happen probably in the next, 2 weeks. So I want to restart the raffle, too. I don't want to have a million... Well, it's not like a million donations have come in, but I don't want to have too many in one. I want your chances to be high. Barclay Goodrow. He's open to come... Okay, so here's a bad contract. 3 years left at 3.64. This is going to be a good example for us. I'm going to give you a 2nd round pick. The value is way in your favor. Actually, I'll give you even less than that, to make sure it's not just me overdoing it right away. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Wes. 3rd round pick. Ah, they can't retain salary in San Jose. They've already retained Tomas Hertl, the curse. Yeah, we're going to try one more here. Absolutely, Steven. David Perron. 4 million for 2 years? And they're a bit tight on cap? Okay, let's try David Perron. David Perron. Pour une deuxième sélection. Avec 50% retenu, right? Alright. Savard for a 2nd. Okay, so it would go through, but not with that salary retention. Now let's try down to... Let's go with 35%. Still rejected. How about 33 we just saw? Even 32 will go down a bit more. Still rejected. Let's go down to 20%. 20% retention. Still rejected. Okay, so if it's a fair value deal... They won't... You still gotta add value for retention. But it is 2 years left on a contract. You gotta admit. Now here's what I want to see, though. Even for 25K. Even for 25K, yes. Alright, so they don't want to take up that slot. For 2 years left, I guess I can understand that. Let's go and find one more. On a 1-year deal. Toujours en français pour toi, mon ami. Toujours en français. Let's see. Yeah, we'll check Anderson's face-offs as soon as we get out of the trade screen. I just want to find out about retained salary. Let's find a bad expiring contract. That 40K goes a long way, yeah, with owner mode. That's the difference between having bathrooms that are fit for humans and ones that are troughs. No, that's with 3-4 years left. There's no bad 1-year contract. Anybody know of one? Instead of me looking through trade blocks? I think Connor Clifton had one in Buffalo, right? No, it's 2 years left. Anybody know of a 1 year left bad contract? McGinn. Okay, Brock McGinn. Okay, 1.275 on Brock McGinn. Let's try that. The value is way in our favor, so let's give less. A 1/3 for McGinn at 50%. They will not do that. Bring it down to like 27%. No. All right, and down to just 25K. They'd be under the salary cap. How much do I have to get to? Hey. I guess I'll send them back a player then instead of a draft pick. Where's Dvorak? He's willing to go there. Okay. I don't think you can. You think back a first pick and bad contract? The game is not smart enough for that. 2/5 just in case. Nope, sorry, it's too much. That's trade accepted. Okay, so they would retain 25k, but I did give them a lot more value. So it seems like salary retention is on expiring deals seems to be a little bit fixed, a little bit better. But if it's more than 1 year, you got to really add a ton more value. So it's still an issue in that sense. Can you check to retain salary on Armia and see the difference between no salary retention and 50%? Sure. So we're trading Armia out, you're saying. Armia is being traded out. And I want the team to retain 50% of Armia. Let's find out. Who wants Armia first and foremost? Okay, the Flames want Armia. They can afford him. Good. So Armia and fair trade value would be what? Fifth round. More than 45 skaters. Oh my goodness. Okay, who has roster spots? Chicago. A 4th round pick. What do you say to this? Trade accepted for no problem. Now let me trade back for Armia. Let me try that same trade. Let's try that same trade back the other way. Where am I going? Chicago. Armia. Come back to my team. I can give you a 3rd Chicago in this fictional universe. There you go. Now I trade him back again. But actually, the salary is going to be different, though, right? But I'm retaining both sides of it, so it's like, what's his actual salary? Can we double retain on him? No. Okay, actually, so I can't trade Armia again. Let's imagine it's an Armia-type player. Someone making that kind of money. Sorry. Let's say it's... Okay, McGinn, who we just acquired. Now I'm trading McGinn to Chicago. No retention. And I still want a 4th round pick. That would still go through. Let's try a trade that wouldn't go through. I want a 3rd round pick. No, sorry. I'm confusing myself with which side of the trade I want. So a 4th round pick, sorry. This would not go through, they're not interested. But if I retain 50%, would they now be interested? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm all over the place. And now we have more, hey, with the retained salary. But we learned a little bit about retained salary. We learned a little bit. Okay, on to edit lines now. Do we see Josh Anderson's face-off attribute go up at all? Now that he's actually a centerman. And he already has the quick draw? What? Josh Anderson already has the quick draw. And his face-offs are still 65, though. He's already taken 750 face-offs? 184 there. Preseason going to... So how does he already have the quick draw ability? The goal was to win or take 750 face-offs. How does he already have the quick draw ability? That is confusing me. I do not understand that one at all. Great. Big LOL for that one. Yep. Alright, back to the simulation. Let's get to the trade deadline minigame. I want to see that. If you can try to convince players, I doubt it, to waive their no trade clause on the other side of things. I wonder, yeah, it could be a goal with all X Factor goals. We'll try more when we sim another season. Best lines until we get to the deadline. No thanks. Zaboral. Best lines for Baron. Yeah, it still takes a long time to get through everything. Overall consensus so far, I would say menus are a disappointment, but I'm hopeful for a patch. I would also say conversations aren't great depending on when you use them. I would say that the negotiations are very interesting. I like that. So overall, I'm content with franchise mode. They haven't made franchise mode worse. The new things they've put in the conversations are so-so. So many pop-ups. The conversations are tedious, and I won't always use them. Can you turn them off? We're gonna find out, and then we're gonna turn off morale the next one that we do. Once we get through this one, we're gonna do one more, and we're gonna turn morale off. So many pop-ups. Imagine this: we're trying to do a 25-year career simulation, or a 20-year career simulation. Thankfully, when injuries are turned off, it's better. Yeah, still more consensus to me, and we'll go back in the game logs too. I'm looking forward to looking at that. And players' all-time stats. Yeah, I need the PS5 Pro to make it faster. So I will say this: the big features of the game itself, like the major pillars of franchise mode, where now you can talk to a player, he can change his position, he can get the X Factor. That's like a major thing. I say so-so. What actually excites and intrigues me more is being able to see the game logs, being able to go back and see a player's history against a certain team, being able to see a player's award history. Those are the things that are exciting me more about the new changes to franchise mode, more than the major pillars of now you can change a player's position. That's cool, but I won't use it super often. $10 says all the stars will retire at 36 years old. Yeah, no doubt. The information feels more genuine. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm curious if you ran over it already, if his record's still the only top 5 all-time and no more shown. Correct. For all-time records, yes, still just the top 5. We did look at that. So as I'm going through this tedious simulation, remember to leave a like if you haven't already. Join the over 8,000 here in the community. We're getting close to 8,100 subscribers. Have we hit 81? Yes, we have passed 8,100 subscribers. So we're over 8.1 of us here. And in the Discord server, we're close to 700 members. We love having you in there. It's a great community that it's genuine, it's wholesome. It's an honor to be a part of it, truly. It's not just, oh, you guys watch my videos and let's talk about my videos. No, our Discord server, we're hundreds of people. Sports, fantasy sports, your franchise modes, just the whole world of conversation in there. I love having that place. Genuine friendships. It's a great time. Is there any sort of GM stats screen? Nope. Back in GM Tracker there once was, but not anymore. I like negotiations. It was black blocks before I take that. Let me see what you're saying here, Steven. Steven says, if you get some spare time later, you can try those retained contract attempts on the trades offered to you. Yes. Which record will be broken this year in the book? Will it still be goalie games played? We'll find out. Decline, no thank you. Best line. What did you in the last 20 minutes? Let me see. In the last 20 minutes, what have we done? Let me scroll through the video. Well, I just wait to get the trade deadline minigame. Last 20 minutes, we tried salary retention, which seems to be a little bit easier, at least for expiring contracts. We found out... What else did we do? That the X factors in conversations might be glitched. Like Josh Anderson, he said that the goal was take or win, I forget what it was, 750 face-offs, and you'll get the quick draw X factor. Like 15 games into the season, after 100 face-offs, he already had it. So that was something to keep note of. On your thing about the Pro, I would harbor to guess that it would be unknown to make it like less than 6 GB, which is where maybe a tiny bit. Good point to note. Carter Hart's still in the game. Okay, trade deadline minigame. Here we go. Advance a day. Pricey pond hockey, baby. Let's say we're sellers. Did you see Vasi's video about player? Yes, I did. I did see that. Vasi's a gem. Let's enter the trade deadline. Let's see. Any differences for the trade deadline? Then we're going to get to the off-season free agency and stuff like that. And then we'll run it back with morale and owner mode turned off. Okay, so still who's available and all that is still here, but it doesn't seem like I can propose a trade. Sorry, I can't. Like, what about a player who has no trade clause? Does it tell me? No, it doesn't tell me. Who definitely has a no trade clause? Doesn't Kuzmenko have a no trade clause? For Josh Anderson, I think it's something to do with the meme math messing up. Like record shows player with 1K goals, but stat page shows 900. Maybe it could be that. How do you like NHL 25 so far? I'm liking it so far. Oh, trade just happened. Was it Kuzmenko? I hope not. No, it wasn't. Okay, so let's try and trade for Kuzmenko. But can I actually trade for him? Because he has a no trade clause, or at least part of a no trade clause. Modified no trade clause, but he's open to going to Montreal. Okay. Half of the Wild have no trade clauses, yeah. What if I say Spurgeon? Yeah, so let's say Spurgeon. If I click on Spurgeon, could this be a glitch, a loophole to trade for him? No. He has a modified no trade, and he doesn't want to go. So I wonder how often an AI team will actually trade a player with a no trade clause, right? That'll take a lot of time to figure out. Won't be able to figure out that just yet. I'm sure Shea Theodore has a form of a no trade clause, but it seems like he wants to go to Montreal. At least open to it. Yeah, modified no trade. Yeah, it shouldn't allow you to. Yeah, I don't know when PC is going to come. All these players should be players I should be able to acquire. Yeah. So if there is a player who has a trade, who's on the trade block, who doesn't come to me, who isn't eligible to come to me, would he still show up in that list? I wonder. Okay, so yeah, to answer the question, it doesn't seem like we can actually convince a player with no trade clause to come to us.